What's the subject again?
Subject's INTP ENTP compatibility in a relationship. I'm host Derek. I'm here with a variety of individuals in the room, including Yui, who I don't see very often, so I'm going to call him out by name. Shiny Pineapple, a new friend of Sport Hands. I think that's one of Sport Hands' buddies. And we also have Jeremy, who's got a full head of hair, of which I'm very jealous. And I just want to say that today we're talking ENTP, INTP compatibility in a relationship. I have never been in a relationship with an INTP woman, but I've been very close to in a relationship with one, where it was just to say, there was this woman, Kimball, who was a debate coach. And
I know who that is.
You know who Kimball is?
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh my God, Abe, you're
is that Abe who said that?
Yep.
And Kimball and I talked about it at some length about maybe getting together and maybe, starting to have sexual intercourse and stuff and doing all that shit, that couples do. It was a very logical conversation. Okay, so that's point one of it.
Not surprisingly.
Point one to make regarding the compatibility of ENTPs and INTPs. As Susie rejoins us, I'll fill her on the topic. Per somebody's suggestion, I don't remember who, we're doing INTP, ENTP compatibility of the relationship. So I'm talking a little bit about Kimball. Kimball being a former sort of business partner of mine for a while, who was an INTP woman who's very tall. She was former state champion debater and policy debate in California. The same year, I went to qualify for states but didn't go. So there was a lot of similarities there, a lot of meaning slabs moving together, bring us together. And in fact, Kimball more or less abandoned her life to follow me around for a few months. And then it just didn't quite come together all the way for mostly financial reasons. It's like it didn't really seem to be financially and logistically feasible for her to do the debate school thing with me. The first year seemed like it was going to be sketchy. And so for those reasons, we parted company and basically haven't talked since. It was kind of sad.
Kimball's cool. I still talk to her. She's a really good friend.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. I mean, I have no harsh or bad words for Kimball, except to say that, to the extent that one can love somebody one never touched, I was in love with that woman. And I don't know if we would have been great compatible partners or not. Hard to say. But the thing about INTP chicks is they're the only chicks I know of that you can have a logical conversation about sex stuff with. And be like, okay, are we compatible? Yes. Okay, let's discuss this further. Okay, let's shake on it. We're now dating, and now let's begin having sexual intercourse. It's the only people in the world with whom you can have those conversations. You can do that with an INTP chick. You can't do that with anybody else. And so I appreciate that immensely. Now, that does not address the compatibility issue, though. Before you jump in here, let me talk about the compatibility issue.
What kind of conversation did you say?
It was probably somebody in here, not me, but somebody else, suggested ENTP, INTP compatibility. I don't remember who it was. Was it you, Shiny Pineapple?
I think it was.
I think it was Shiny Pineapple.
Yes, he said yes.
Yeah, but you should look at the thing I linked there now from the other day I told you to read. I don't think you read it.
Are you talking to me?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What gosh, reading with my eyes?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to read it.
Okay, I did an ENTP for 6 years.
All right.
Can I just say something quick? Now that you mentioned sex between INTPs and ENTPs, I think something that Julian mentioned is quite true, actually. Julian mentioned how, when I posted on Facebook, he mentioned how sex would be awkward, and I asked why. And he says both INTPs and ENTPs, during sex, they will both be thinking of the metaphysical and sort of I think he just died.
We have a pineapple down.
He's alive. He's alive. He's a strong, independent pineapple who doesn't need me. He says I'm a cunt.
You're absolutely right about that. I think you're absolutely right. That thing that you said is fucking spot on the money. It's why ENTPs need ISFJs. ISFJs are the opposite. They don't even understand what you mean when you say you're in your head thinking about shit. They're just like, what do you mean? Doesn't that feel good? You know? They're like, oh, stop trying to show me. Stop trying to show me you care. You need to tell me you care, okay, woman? You are showing me you care. I don't need to be shown things. I need to be told things. We need to get the narrative straight. The physical body stuff's kind of secondary, okay? We have to make sure we're telling the right stories about it. That's what really matters. Yeah, ENTPs, INTPs together would have a nightmare, I imagine, in bed. I've never been with one, but both of them are infantiles, right?
I was with an ENTP girl for 3 years. I think both of us would just be like, am I doing this right?
Yeah. I didn't need to years. We laughed a lot during sex.
Yeah.
Why do you guys seem so broken? I don't feel broken at all.
Because you're a chick. You're a chick. You have the easy way. You don't have to do anything. You just have to let things be done to you.
Just be there.
With that word of wisdom, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette to enjoy the post-coital, rush of nicotine. You guys who've actually been in such a relationship, you tell the viewing audience while I'm still recording about what it's like to be in an ENTP, INTP relationship.
The NTPs are quite controlling.
Started the recording.
I'm not sure I even know if I have been with an INTP. What is an INTP like in bed? I mean, like, other than...
I mean, they're going to be... all of them are going to be different, like every person.
Right. Like, and based on asking, like, am I doing this correctly? I've never asked that before in my fucking life.
But it's like, they don't do shit. And that's not an incentive for me to start giving you information. Fuck that.
I knew this would be a little bit of a crash.
Yeah. Well,
we're discussing solely on.
I can talk. I mean, I was saying I can talk about my relationship with ENTP
in a social realm as well. Or are we just discussing the sexual aspects of this pairing?
There is a sweaty fucking porta potty that I have to sit on if I want to shit.
This video just failed.
Bloopers.
Just a symbolic metaphor for the compatibility between ENTP.
Good video. Good video.
Should I do it?
Do what?
When a man's got a shit, a
man's got a shit.
Fuck.
Wipe off the seat and take a shit.
Don't do it on camera. Just don't do it on camera. Like you did that one time.
Wow, I just woke up my parents, guys, and it's 2 a.m.
What in the world is going on?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, I got, like, fucking stars in my fucking...
I can't do this anymore.
My NTV boyfriend tried to control me sexually. We can have the greatest conversations ever in the world.
Wait, what are you?
I'm an NTP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's controlling?
Socially.
Are you sure it won't just in a video?
He wanted me to hang out with all of his friends all the time, and I didn't want to, and that caused friction. We had great sex though. We'd laugh all the time during sex. It was funny, but we'd have some of the greatest conversations ever. He was pre-med, and I'm greatly interested in medical issues. We would have like hours-long conversations.
Dude, don't.
we didn't like sex work together, and you know what? He's taking it. I don't think I can have. I don't think we can have.
We can't have this conversation, bro.
Okay. The bottom line is
we have Anthony here in the room taking a shit on camera, and I think it's just kind of messed up the vibe of the whole video.
Oh man,
or made it better. I don't know. I don't know.
all right. Well, thanks for watching Talking Space, people.